tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, from God our heavenly Father, a blessed angel came, and unto certain shepherds brought tidings of the same, how that in Bethlehem was born the Son of God by name. Oh,
Okay. That's working.
Uh,
Okay,
I
I think we're ready to go. Yep, everything's working, so we are good to go. Uh, how's the music for everybody? Just to make sure it's not too loud. Sound good? Nice, actually having old avatar on screen is a good level at the moment. All right, cool. All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. Scuffed already. Yeah, I know, right? Friggin' supposed to have an interview who got stuck in traffic. Looking at you, motherfucker.
I'm sorry for my comeuppance.
A car got hit by an ice cube or something, apparently. Something about a demon cat? I don't know. Hey, yo, he's stream boy. Hey, Crucy, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Alright, so I guess let's just jump into it. We started a little bit late, but that's okay. I'll bully him late, bro. Please.
The city is very confusing, but we'll get over it.
Telling me confusing. I barely know how to get to my own freaking apartment. Nah, that's my fun. Cursing. Damn it. Alright, I guess let's jump right into it. Mordecai's given the go-ahead and everything's good, so let's just start, I guess.
Everything all set?
Yeah, for the most part.
So, for my late appearance, I do have questions.
Alright.
Obviously, the first one being, who is the supposed guardian?
Well, that would be me.
Obviously.
Yeah. So, are you asking, like, what the title means, or...
Yes.
Okay, well, the title is basically just... It's... How do I explain this? The title for Guardian is basically anyone who's been granted the responsibility of wielding the gemstone's power. So, really, anyone falls in that category if they're chosen to take up the moniker. It's just a title that was given by people when all that started. So, it's not an official thing, if that makes sense. It's more of just something that people kind of came up with after the fact when it started. So after that, it just kind of stuck over the years.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Now, by the way, as we are continuing the questions, everybody, you are free to ask some in chat. If they are stupid, I will not relay them to the Guardian.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right, back on track. Who is Rex now? Because you are now taking up the mantle as the new Guardian, correct? Who are you?
I'm just some random kid that just by happenstance got to get the mantle of Guardian. It's not really much to tell, really. Just kind of grew up in a small town, wound up wandering around for a while, and that's pretty much it. There's stuff here and there, but, you know, it's pretty much it, really. There's nothing really special about me, outside of, well, somehow getting trusted with godlike power, but that's a whole other problem.
Godlike power? What power do you have? If you're free to speak on that.
We can get into that a little bit later. That might be a topic for a little later. We just started, so might be a topic to cover in a little bit.
Hiding it already. All right, fair enough. Now, tell us about your crew.
Well, there's Mordecai, who's the one working behind the scenes right now to make sure everything's working. He's pretty much my little brother. He's also the tech genius of everything going on. He actually did a lot of designing stuff for my gear and a lot of the others. For better or for worse. For worse being Marcus constantly trying to get him to do more stupid stuff. But yeah, speaking of Marcus, he's not here today, unfortunately. He wanted to be here, but couldn't really find the time. He had a big fight for his career coming up, so yeah, he couldn't be here today, so he'll probably be around some other time.
Okay.
There's
Actually, no, keep going. I'll put that on the list.
Okay. Then there's Sally, who is basically the morale booster and our field medic. She's really good at her job. She's done more work on me than I would like to admit. Many stories that she wants to hurt me for. Then there's Aurora, which is our master of intel. She doesn't really like the limelight very much, so I'm gonna keep her brief because she didn't really want me to mention her very much on the interview. So yeah,
understandable.
She's really good at her job, though. She's also really good at combat. That's actually who I learned a lot of what I know from. Yeah, that's kind of it, as far as the main group goes, anyway.
Now, we do have a nice question in chat by Maggie. What do you exactly fight against?
Well, right now the main problem is they freaking have an ego the size of a planet. They call themselves the Ethereal Regime, which is basically the world's superpower now. Unfortunately. Pretty much we're trying to get rid of their whole spiel because they're a freaking evil dictatorship. We got... Oh god, that's a whole spiel, but pretty much we're trying to get them out to try to fix the world that they basically ruined. But we have a couple of other problems aside of them too. We're mostly just trying to help people and fix things. So a lot of smaller skirmishes, like there's a bunch of the crime syndicates running around, but the regime is the main focus to get them to step down. It's been an uphill battle given the fact that they are the technological, militaristic, and logistical superpower in the world, so yeah, we are kind of on our own right now.
Now we have another question from Crucy in chat. How long have you had these powers?
At the moment, not very long. Maybe about a year. So we're still in, brand new territory here. Hell, I don't even know what they can fully do. Oh yeah, by a long shot. Like, holy crap. I mean, Mark is still a little bit annoyed at it that during a sparring session I figured out one ability I have by accident and may have accidentally sent him through a tree, but we don't need to talk about that.
Okay then, all right. Now another question from Senior Bozo in chat. Does your power correlate with your eyes being different colors?
Yeah, okay, so I did get this question before as well. Yeah, it does to an extent. So what that is both my eyes used to be blue. Like, they used to be the same color. However, we don't exactly know the how or the why, but from research, we figured out that each Guardian before me, every time they basically were given the mantle, when they started learning how to use their powers, whenever they found how to get the powers they're trying to use, like, for example, the eye color being a leftover from one side of my abilities. Basically, every time you use one, the gemstone changes your body to show that you've done it before. So in my case, it changed my eye color, and the light side left a lightning-based scar on my back, which was done because I accidentally pushed it too far once. Which is also why I always wear a shirt. Very self-conscious about it, but yeah, each ability basically changes the body to some degree, and it's different for every Guardian. This wasn't the same for like the last one or the one before or the one before that. It just comes down to random chance what you're gonna get, and in this case, the eye color was what I wound up stuck with. So it just comes down to that. When you use the power for the first time, it alters you physically.
So, I've done some digging, and apparently I've heard that the gemstone gives you different forms along with the powers. Can you elaborate on any of those forms?
It depends on like what are you looking to ask on that one? Like
Now,
what they do or what they look like?
Now, there's one called Light, from what I've heard.
Yeah. So, Light is the one I normally use. It's the one I'm most comfortable with. That one is the gold one. Some other people call it Super. Some people call it Light. It's really different strokes for different folks. Sort of naming. It doesn't really have... We never really gave it an official name, but really whatever you want to call it, Light, Super, whatever. That form is the one that I use primarily. It's the one that you see a lot, like on some of the security footage that's been floating around that I am totally not responsible for. But basically that one has control over things like lightning, storms, the tides, that sort of thing. It's basically the storm-based one. Also, it has the ability to basically help land recover. So, like if like a piece of land's been scarred, just from that form being around, it can help rejuvenate the area to at least try to bring it back to what it used to be. But that's pretty much the gist of it from what I know right now. But it's definitely the one that's easier to handle of the other ones.
There is a form that I'm curious about, and it kind of worries me. I hope it doesn't worry anybody else that's watching the stream right now, but dark form?
What about it?
Well, coming from the word dark, it doesn't usually sound pretty okay. Are you, like, can you tell us anything about dark form?
Sort of. So, kind of going on how both work to kind of explain how that works a bit more. Each form is representative of basically the mental state of what the Guardian is at the time. So light feeds off of more positive emotional states. So like, the urge to protect, defend people, basically a more excited mental state, that sort of thing. Basically, to call on to it, you need to have control over what your mental state is, which is why light is easier to call out willingly than dark is. Dark feeds off of more of negative emotions like anger and severe stress, so it's a lot harder to deal with that one. Since when the forms come out, that also amplifies the mental state that they feed off of. So like with light, that the desire to defend people becomes much larger, and so to be able to keep it under control, you kind of need to essentially make sure your mental state's in check so you don't lose yourself to that. Dark is the same way, but for different reasons.
So basically, if the gemstone was in the wrong hands, the world would basically go to shit.
Kind of, yeah.
All right. There is a question from Satang. How much has collateral damage has been an unintended consequence of your powers?
A few times. I hate to admit that, but a couple times. Not so much with light, given the fact that with that form, like I said, it elevates more positive emotion. So, like, the collateral damage is minimal because, like I said, the main goal for me with that is basically to save people. So that one isn't really severe unless it's, you know, one of the all-out abilities, which it's rare to use that. So collateral really isn't that common with that one, given the fact it's more controllable. Dark has been a bit more in terms of that.
Jesus. Hoping whenever you use dark, you can, you know, destroy my car, because God, my job is painful. Anyways, from Crucy, are you worried about your enemies recovering this interview and recon and intel against you?
We thought about that, and not really. Mordecai actually managed to make sure that doesn't happen. So, yeah, we basically found a way to encrypt this on a different level. We found how the regime does it. Mordecai basically reverse engineered how they do it and basically create our own version of it. So as long as they don't have the coding to be able to figure out how we encrypt this shit, we're pretty good.
Okay, all right.
I trust his judgment on it, so yeah, I doubt that's going to be a problem.
What are some of the tech you use whenever you're in battle, besides, you know, the obvious forms?
So I've been using these for a while. The first one is actually my goggles. They're not really on right now, but Mordecai actually modified them for me when we first met. They used to just be for protection, because, you know, obviously eye protection would probably be good when you're getting shot at.
True.
So he modified them, though, to have basically a microcomputer in them. So they have some things like he can upload a 3D version of a map that we're using, so I don't wind up getting lost, which has happened a few times. Don't look too deep into that. I suck with directions. Okay. I see you laughing at me, you four-eyed asshole. Yeah. So yeah, he put something in there so I don't get lost and I know where to go. It's also a small it's the best way to describe it is an aiming computer. He put that in there to help me figure out, like, if we're fighting the same thing a second or third time and we have data on it, he'll put basically an aiming reticle in it so I know where the weak spots are, so I'm not prolonging a fight unnecessarily. It's mostly it for those, mostly protection, but they got some nice things in there. As far as weapons go, he also made me what we call electro daggers, so I don't know the technical side of it, but all I know is that the regime designed these specific weapons. They're basically how they run their guns, their vehicles, all sorts of stuff. And melee weapons. So every weapon has a physical hilt for it that it's designed to do, and this is for the melee stuff. They're all programmed to be a specific type of weapon, and they run off of a core. The core is different types of weapons. So you have like ones that are based on like fire, so they are more heat designed. There's electricity, which is the one I have, and it's modified, so it has a bit more of a punch to it, and so on and so forth. Basically, different weapons are designed for different purposes. And
Gotcha.
they have different strengths and weaknesses. Like the fire one are typically for more larger melee weapons. They're good for cutting through things like metals and all that stuff, but they're a bit more unwieldy, and their power cores don't last as long before they need their recharge period. So that's pretty much how it works. Mine, like I said, are modified to be a bit different. For example, most of the electric-based weapons are yellow. Mine are blue, which that was a cosmetic choice from Mordecai, which worked out in the end. But yeah,
nice.
They're blue, as well as they were designed to have a bit better of a power source. As well as the shape was changed in the coding, so that way they just fit more of my style. The last thing I have in terms of gear is what Mordecai dubbed power sneakers, which is kind of a misstart. Not really sneakers, they're more like boots. What they're designed for is, this was like the first thing he did when we first met, and he's been modifying them ever since, is he basically took my old shoes and modified them to have some electronics in them. One thing he put in were essentially these little ports along the bottom where compressed air is forced out of them, which helps with speed along the ground. It removes basically the ground friction that would slow me down, basically creating a pocket of air and a small push. They have 3 settings on them. Each one correlates to how much the boost is, but also how much power it's using. As well as they have a second setting, which he calls it the power kick, which we gotta work on that name. But basically the setting has a certain amount of shots I can use before it basically completely eats the power that the sneakers have. What it does is when the bottom of the shoe makes contact with whatever I'm up against, so like, for example, like a mech, let's say I kick a mech in like the torso. When it makes contact with it, it'll send out a concentrated burst of air through the shoe and into the target, like in a very concentrated section. So it amplifies the power of the kick, essentially. So what would normally be, normal kick would cause about, 5 times the amount of force, give or take. So it's been very useful.
That's nice. It's nice.
Mm-hmm. He also added braces to him too, because I did break my foot a couple times using them. So he's added braces to help too, but
We have a question from Senior Buzzle, again from chat. Do you wear special clothing / armor because of your power, or do you need to get new clothes after every battle?
Sort of. So my clothing can withstand them. We don't really know how that works. But as far as the forms go, they do change how my clothes look, but they revert back once, I change back. So the clothes themselves don't take damage. But as far as gear goes, yeah. Again, that's why we have braces on my shoes now. Like the metal is, like I said, I pushed it too far once and really messed up my lower body. So Mordecai built braces into that, so wouldn't be so bad. My gloves also have some reinforcement, but not much, given the fact I don't use my hands as much. So yeah, kind of. The clothes don't really get affected, so no to that, but I do need to wear some specific stuff to not hurt myself.
I'm sure most viewers would love if you blew your shirt off during every battle, but that's a thing for another time. Anyways, another question I have for back to the gemstone. How long does like the gemstone been on this earth? Like, is it like an ancient thing, or is this like a new occurrence?
I don't I don't really know, to be honest. We've been trying to figure that out, but from what we can tell, it's been around since... as far as we can tell, it's been around since the planet's been around. We don't know... We don't necessarily know for sure. We know it's been around at least as long as people have been around, but all we can tell is it's been around for a long, long time. Like, we don't know where it came from, but it seems like it's part of the planet. But other than that, we have no idea. We know it's been around forever, though.
Should we be worried about any like natural enemies that come and tail with having this big source of a power? Because I know there's a lot of people who want to get their hands on the gemstone.
Yeah, so the regime is really the only one to worry about, but as far as we can tell, they won't be able to use it to its full capacity. The gemstone itself is what dictates who gets to use it, basically. So if
I see.
You're not seen as someone capable of wielding that power, then you're shit fuck out of luck. But as far as natural enemies go, like for that, I don't think so. I don't think there would be any.
All right, so we have nothing to worry about. Glad I don't have to worry about this stupid ass job. Anyways, from Crucy in chat, how many guardians have there been, and have you been able to learn from their experiences through the gemstone?
So as far as how many there've been up to this point, pretty much if you look at basically any mythologies, if you're into that sort of thing, those were all stories based on guardians that came and went. At least to an extent. A lot of them are some of them are exaggerated, some of them have more than one person, like the Greek pantheon and all that stuff. That was really one person, and that just kind of passed it down through the generations, and somehow that translated to multiple people, like basically gods at once. But that's pretty much how it works. Is like, the legends of gods and heroes and stuff like that came from past guardians. Basically people that were just chosen to take up the mantle. So there's been quite a few before me. As far as past experiences, yes and no. The thing's not exactly chatty. I can't talk to any of the past ones, but just from looking at the ruins and stuff that are still around that talk about it, we've been able to get an idea. But for the most part, I've just had to kind of learn this on my own and just from historic text. But other than that, not really, which is kind of frustrating.
Now, I am very sorry, but I have to be pulled away for a moment. So, stream, guys, pull out the questions. If you have any, please go ahead and send them to the Guardian. I will be right back. Yeah, give me a moment.
All right. So, chat, it's just you and me. All right. I'm listening to the broadcast on an old ham radio. Oh, God. Alright. Good lord. But yeah, top or bottom. Quick, the interview is gone. Time for the dumb questions. Top or bottom? Yes. Have been allies outside of the resistance? Yeah, so that's actually a pretty good question. So, with the way the world is right now, even though the regime does control, they're basically the emperor of the world. God, fucking, I hate that so much. Anyway, yeah, so basically you can kind of split up a couple different groups out of the world state right now. There is us, the resistance, which we have like 20 different freaking sub factions. God, we need to get a handle on that. So there's that. There's the regime, which is obviously against us. There's another faction called the UFN, which is the United Federation of Nations. They're pretty much the holdouts of what used to be. So, like, what used to be, like, you know, the United States. I believe Britain and China were also survived, kind of. They're basically just held out on a couple islands. They are something. They'd be a lot better as allies if they would stop bickering amongst themselves. Seriously, listening to them try to coordinate anything is like listening to a bunch of children. Says the child. But yeah, that's a thing. The UFN kind of, they help out, but we're not exactly friends. Like, we're on neutral ground, but we're not friends. So there's that. Some places actually manage to remain neutral to a degree. Like, we still don't really know how, but some places are neutral to the conflict. It's most like smaller cities and towns that wouldn't really matter either way. So they've stayed primarily neutral to all this. The place I'm actually at right now, if you look outside, that is actually one of the cities that is allied with us, which is why I can move around this place freely. But yeah, they're one of the places that are allied with us. It's very small, obviously, but we've gotten some ground, but that's generally how it goes outside of us. It's either people that are allied with us, neutral, or people like the UFN. But that's kind of it. Again, the UFN isn't necessarily an ally. They are... the best way I can describe it is the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Because to be honest, they have questionable ideals, to say the least. Visits recruiting quotas, is it more volunteer system or do you have a draft in place? Volunteer. Basically, it's just people that actually want to help change things. We can't really do a draft. Given the fact of, one, we get found out on the spot. If we're like, oh yeah, you can just come here and fucking join up with us. Like, yeah, no, that would get so many people arrested. Or killed, or both. But it's pretty much a volunteer thing. Like, a lot of the factions that we have weren't originally ones that we established. They were established on their own and then came to us. Like the Dune Raiders were one that started out a little bit after us, and they started their own version of the Resistance and then joined up with us later. So that's kind of how it works. As well as, even if we could do a draft, I wouldn't feel right about doing that. I'd much rather it be freedom of choice rather than being like, oh yeah, no, you must join us, like that sort of thing. Like, I'd much rather it be like, if you want to come and fight, then, you know, that would definitely help. But if you have reasons not to, then, you know. Like, I like being able to have the freedom of choice in the matter, so... But yeah, that's pretty much how it works, is we kind of just were originally just a bunch of groups that kind of came together. And it's kind of how, that's pretty much it. Any run-ins with other worldly fellows, like the Force of Chaos, or even good old Squid Faith? No. And I hope to God that that doesn't happen. I hope that's not a thing. Please don't be a thing. Please, that just be stuff people made up. Please. For the love of God. Like, please don't let that actually exist. Oh God, that'd be horrible. Yep. Yeah, Mordecai's saying they're freaking out too. He's just saying they're just nodding no. Oh man. Is it my time for chaos, bruh? It's already been pretty chaotic enough today, holy shit. So wait, hold on, let me see, because I haven't... Have you ever encountered an enemy that you found to be difficult to engage in a fight? Yeah, a lot, actually. So, there's been quite a few. It's mostly just due to the fact that, like, keep in mind, I am just a dude fighting against shit like mech suits and robots and soldiers and all sorts of other crap. It's difficult to say the least. But yeah, there's been one that's been a real pain. Freaking that goddamn robotic buckethead piece of shit. I want to send that thing to a fucking scrapyard. Anyway, sorry about that. Just got a little bit sidetracked. But yeah, there's been quite a few. It's not easy. Like, seriously, it feels like every time I go into a fight, it's even harder than the last one, so... Because when we step up our game, the regime sets it up tenfold, so it's not easy. Like, it's never been easy. Does Resistance allow regime, turncoats, and rebel groups to join them? Also, do you allow non-humans to join? So, as far as non-humans, we don't really have quote-unquote non-humans. We have people with cybernetics, but other than that, they're not really non-human. They're still people. I guess if, like, that was a thing, then yeah. We'd let them join, but as far as turncoats, we've only really had one do that, and yeah, we let him in, obviously under careful watch until we knew we could trust him, but yeah, we would let turncoats. We've really only had one, so that's pretty much it so far, but yeah. If anyone's willing to actually stand up and, you know, actually try to help fix the world from what they did, yeah, we're more than willing to let anybody join, as long as they're willing to help. But now I recommend the Force to Chaos had to pull a large amount of my troops to hold back if they got me. Oh god. Thank goodness she's preoccupied with them. Oh god. Versus like my T-Days with old nerds. Alright, serious question time for you. If you're all powerful like you claim, why don't you just kill the big man in charge of this regime yourself? Yeah, that's easier said than done. So, we've never actually seen the big guy other than maybe once. As well as the fact, just because, one, I have these powers, it doesn't mean I can just do anything with them. On top of, like I said, I'm still learning how to use them. So I don't know what I'm capable of, nor what I should be able to do. Because, you know, every day, figuring out something different. So yeah, that's problem number one. Problem number two is the fact that it's like a Hydra, essentially. You cut the head off, like you cut one head, another one's gonna take its place. So we have to take it out like one step at a time, rather than just take the main guy out and boom, problem solved. That's not how the regime is structured at all. It would not go smoothly. If anything, it might make it worse. So for now, we just have to take the small victories while we can and just try to figure this out as we go. Oh. Hey. I heard the
hello,
beeping.
hello? Is my mic on?
Yep, you're back. Hello.
Sorry, company's doing a whole little Christmas gathering, whatever, whatnot. I mean, I'm all for it because free food. But anyways, we're back. What did I miss?
Been covering just the questions in chat. Someone just
right.
I'm just answering the question from GJ right now. Yeah, we just finished that, but yeah, that's pretty much why we can't chaos of the chaos. Exactly. Yeah, it'd make things significantly worse. Anyway.
now looking through the chat, I've seen no one asked you this question. So I will ask you. I've seen you draw a lot of importance from your goggles. Is there anything that you would be willing to share on why like your goggles are very important to you?
Yeah, they were a gift from somebody important. Yeah. They're not around anymore.
Touchy topic.
Yeah.
From Senior Bozo in chat, how do you enjoy your time off when you're not in battle?
Just kind of just vibe, play video games, just explore places that we found that are actually safe for me to go to. I have to emphasize safe, otherwise Mordecai and Sally would have a freaking heart attack. Yeah, he's giving me a judgmental stare. Anyway, mostly just that, just kind of just generally hang out. Sometimes play guitar, but it's mostly just hang out, play some video games, hang out with friends. Kind of it really. Just work on personal projects. Pretty much it really. It's just normal stuff.
How do you think your friends feel knowing that you are such a powerful being?
Mordecai immediately became the full nerd out on it, trying to figure out how the gemstone worked. Marcus wanted to, and I quote, punch Superman in the face. Everyone else, mostly it's been a positive thing, but some people took it not the best. One of the groups that I know of has become a massive pain in the ass because of it. They didn't really understand how it worked and didn't want to listen. So, needless to say, they become a headache for everybody. Literally everybody.
Jesus.
Yeah. Most people took it well, some didn't. It's really whatever.
All right, random fun question. This one I'll allow, Crucy. So you got under the radar. What's up with the collar?
Just an aesthetic thing. I like it. I think it looks good, so.
I think you look nice in it.
Yeah, it's just a fashion thing. That's it.
Another fun one from your chat. Boso asks, do you have any fan clubs?
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, there were two. There were two of them. Oh God. I'm gonna be honest. One was fine. One was okay. The other one scared the shit out of me.
Oh no, that does not sound okay.
You know, like the hyper super fans of like celebrities, like those really really weird ones.
Yeah. Oh, geez, those ones.
Imagine that, but it's an entire group of them. It's not like one or two. It's like 40.
Is this the power of the Guardian?
They are. I'm not okay. Someone please send help. Like, one of them stole my jacket one time. I had to buy a new one.
So you're saying your jacket is out there stolen by a random?
Yes,
fan?
one of them, my old one. Yeah.
From what we've been told today, you are trained to literally fight off most things that are very deadly, and you couldn't fight off a fan?
Okay, bro. You try getting sucker punched by a 10-foot droid, and then you think your first reaction is gonna be, "Huh, I wonder where my jacket went." Like, you tell me. Oh my God.
That was a fun one. Thank you, Crucy. Was it not Crucy? Thank you. Who was it that said that? Thank you, Bozo, for
yeah,
that
it was
one. Thank you,
Bozo.
Bozo.
Yeah, I had to buy a freaking new jacket. It wasn't cheap either. That shit was custom. Damn it! That had my freaking logo Sally made me and everything. God damn it! Oh my god.
Now,
bruh.
wait, what? No, I'm not asking him that. No, I'm not. No, Sherry, stop. I'm not Oh my lord! All right.
What?
A few of the women in the office want to ask, "Are you single and are you looking for anybody to get with?"
I'm honestly scared to answer this question.
You made him awkward. You see that?
I'm just gonna say Gisant and we move on. Oh my god.
You got your answer. Now can you leave me alone? Did I do the interview? Thank you.
Oh god.
There seems to be a bid going on in your chat. Is that anything to worry about?
I'm sure it's fine. Chicken nugget pocket. Okay, anyway.
All right. Another question I have in my category. Oh, actually, this is a fun one that an anonymous person gave in. They really wanted to be anonymous. I don't know why. Anyways, how do you feel about your 2 watch list friends?
This is from Blaze, isn't it?
It might be. Knowing him, because he has done some stuff in the office before, it might be.
I mean, they're pretty good friends. One can't communicate worth a damn given one incident in a Discord call. But yeah, no, they're pretty cool. They're pretty good friends.
All right.
Yeah, I like them. I like them both. They're really good.
Oh my god. Okay. There was a second one under it. Remind us to ban him from any of the anonymous send-ins, please. He wants to know if he could ever fight Dark Form.
I'm gonna say no for the safety of everybody. I'm gonna say no.
You hear that, Blazy? Because I know you're watching the stream. It's a no. You can stop sending in anytime we interview him, please, for the love of God.
Yeah,
Anyways,
we're not doing that.
From Bozo in chat, between the amount of bidding going on, have you had any romantic interest in sorry, can't speak. Interest in life?
Not at the moment, no. Things have been too busy to really focus on that right now. It'd make things too complicated right now, so not really at the moment.
Interesting. All right. Your chat is amazing right now.
I figured.
Your chat is one of the most crazy ones we've had on this interview.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So no. Oh God. Okay.
All right.
Oh,
I have a question. There is apparently a thing called Gaia form. Can you give us any intel on that?
I don't really know much about it other than I've only really used it once out of happenstance. Don't really know what it is or what it does, but that's all I can really say is I haven't really been able to use it since. So we don't really know anything about it right now.
Jeez.
Yeah. It was a weird one.
How long are you able to withstand being in those forms? Because I know it can be pretty tiring on you.
Yeah, so as far as that goes, it comes down to physical stamina. Basically, the longer it's kind of like working on a muscle. The more you use it, the better it's gonna be. So like with this, the amount of time you can use the abilities depends on basically how well, quote unquote, trained you are with it.
Gotcha.
It also depends on what you're doing with it. So like some abilities require very little effort, whereas some are a significant amount of taxing for what you need to do with it. Typically when you hit the point of where your body's going to start, rejecting it, normally that's when the power basically regulates itself, so you change back once your body can't really handle it anymore. But it really just comes down to what I'm doing and how basically ready I am for that. But it can last a while. It can generally last a while sometimes.
All right. Now, a question from Crucy, now that he's calmed down with the bidding in chat. Are there any other gemstones?
As far as the actual one, no, it's just that one. There's only one.
Only one?
Yeah, there's only one. It's just that one.
So it's not like I hope you know what this is. So it's not like a Sonic the Hedgehog thing where there's multiple like emeralds and stuff.
No, this one's on its own. This one's the only one of its kind.
Speaking of Sonic, a lot of people seem to compare you to the Hedgehog.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I don't really mind it too much. I mean,
the slight coincidence of you having forms and the fact that your power comes from a gemstone.
Okay, to be fair, Dragon Ball, it also exists. But yeah, no, I've heard the similarities before. I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, I like the series, so I don't really mind it too much.
Alrighty. No, Satang, I doubt you could bid on the gemstone.
No, you cannot.
I don't even think the gemstone would even choose you.
No, good luck trying to get it in the first place.
Okay. Lord Meme will entertain this once. If someone, no one in particular, just a hypothetical way to spell it, was to say this, to take this shiny gem, would one be able to do, what would one able to be, while Meme, your question is so conceivably greatly typed that I cannot speak it in the nicest way possible. What would one be able to do with it? Completely hypothetical.
Well, the average Joe, nothing. Like, nothing at all. So, it would just outright reject anyone that it doesn't see as, even really worthy to be around it. Case in point, I know a guy who tried to pick it up, like aggressively tried to pick it up, and it wound up burning him.
Ouch.
Yeah, so if you're just some random schmuck, nothing really. I mean, the regime tried to use its freaking abilities, but they barely got anywhere with it. Like, it just outright rejects anyone that tries to use it that it doesn't see as capable or worthy of using it in the first place. So if you don't, if basically you're just some average Joe, chances are you're just going to wind up with a glorified paperweight. And worst case, you're probably going to be missing a few fingers. It was Marcus, wasn't it? I will not confirm nor deny. Oh, God.
Bozo, we're not going to entertain that question. Okay. It's another one up my sleeve. Remember, chat, you can also think of some questions. The joke ones, though, we will not entertain. So, for the love of God, drop them.
Spar with me.
Oh, this one we will entertain. Satang asks, spar with me?
Like, hand to hand, yeah, I'd do that, but not, like, powered up, though. Hell no. I'm not responsible for your medical bills.
There's a reason why Blazy keeps asking to fight him in dark form.
Yeah.
He will possibly die.
Possibly. Good lord.
But but you probably can try to spar him when he's not in any of those forms. It would be pretty interesting. Then again, at the same time, we're not at fault if you accidentally piss him off too much. Anyways, another question from Senior Bozo. What's the max amount of weight you can carry or hold?
Never really tried it. I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. Like, genuinely, we've never really attempted to try that. So when we actually try it, I'll get back to you. But we've never actually like done an experiment where it's like, how much weight can you actually pick up? Like, we've never done that before. It's probably quite a bit, but we don't know yet.
A question from Lord Meme of England. Weirdest thing you fought?
Weirdest. Weirdest. There's a lot of weird ones. I can't nail down weirdest, but I can nail down one of the creepiest I've had to deal with.
Oh Jesus!
I can do that if that would we could do that in its place.
Yeah, all right, we can do that.
So probably the creepiest thing I've ever fought, like, not like I mean like not as like the scariest fight, like the oh fuck fights. I'm talking like I never want to do this again. This is straight up my freaking nightmares. So there's this one mech that exists. Technically it's different types. It's kind of a similar design but different types. The best way to describe it looks kind of like a giant scorpion. And there's multiple types of them. There's one just called Hoarders, where they're these little guys that there's like hundreds of at a time. And they're freaking terrifying, because even though they're little, they're little swarming bots, basically. And I hate them. I hate them so much. Especially it is always in the freaking dark, too. The sons of bitches. Always in the dark, like always in tunnels and shit. It's like, why? Oh god, then there's the Sentinels, which are about, like, when the tail's standing up, they're about 11 feet tall with the tail up. They're kind of the escorts for the big one, which we call brood mothers, which are the ones that send out the Hoarders. They're fucking terrifying. I hate it. I have a phobia of that shit. I hate it so much. I want it to die. Seriously, they suck. Especially since they don't all fight the same. Like, they're all different. So it's like, this sucks. Like, you got no fear until you're standing on a bridge and one of these fucking things sneaks up on you because they're quiet as shit despite how big they are. They're terrifying. They climb bridges, they can walk on walls. It's not okay. It's like the worst thing ever. Fuck that. Ugh. God, I feel my skin crawling just thinking about it. God.
Oh, Oh, good night, Maggie. Hope you have a good night. Thank you for joining in.
Bye, Maggie.
Let's see. It was a question and I rolled over. I don't think this is a thing, but we can ask him. Lord Meme again asked, so 2 parallel universes of Rex. I don't even know if there even is an alternate universe.
As far as I know, no. I'd hope not.
Oh to God, not.
This world can barely handle 1 of me. We don't need 2.
Actually, I think if I found alternate universe in me, he would not be doing this job. There's been a lot of times where I've almost gotten killed doing these goddamn interviews.
Fair enough.
Crucy asks, out of all of your friends, who do you think has the greatest chance of beating you should it come to a fight to the death? Oh God, you shouldn't have asked that now, please. He's gonna start going wild on chat.
Okay, are we talking like, to kind of add to that question, are we talking like hand to hand, or are we talking like all out, just balls to the wall?
Yeah,
like,
Cruzy. Like
which one are we talking about here?
Well, while we wait for... You were saying?
I was just gonna say, like, if it's fist to fist, I can answer like only 2, but if it's all out, there's a couple. All out? Okay. So if we're talking all out as far as my friends go, Mordecai I'd be afraid of because he's smart. He could probably build something to be a stand-in. Yes, you're part of this conversation too, asshole. Let's see. Marcus and Aurora would... I'm gonna be honest, as far as all out, Mordecai would be like a 50-50. Marcus and Aurora would... More Aurora would be probably number 1 in terms of the oh shit factor of that. Marcus would be a close second. But yeah, Aurora would probably be just barely squeak by on that. Marcus would be second.
All right, Senior Bozo, we didn't miss your question, so don't worry. Senior Bozo asks, is there anyone you idolize, being fictional or non-fictional?
Off the top of my head, I don't really idolize anybody. Like, I mean, there's like a bunch of like, you know, fictional, non-fictional people that I like to take inspiration from, but as far as actually like idolizing, like, oh, this person's my idol, not really. Like, I don't know, like,
fair enough.
I've never really idolized anybody. I mostly, you know, like I can look up to people and be like, yeah, no, that, like, you know, like some quotes or like how they did things, like aspire to be like what they've done, but as far as actual idolization, not really.
Sorry, I was checking on something. Da, 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 da. I had a question, but it left me. No.
Oh god, that happens.
Oh, wait. Oh yeah, going back to forms. Sorry.
Okay.
Does like, you know, anything, does like your whole appearance change whenever you go into the forms?
To a degree, yeah. Like, depending on which one is what the change is. So, like, light, since it's electricity, I get, like, a little, like, you know, lightning going up my body. My hair changes to a gold color. Eyes turn green, and I don't really understand why they do that, but, yeah, they turn a green color. That's mostly the change. There's also the wings as well, but that's an ability more than a physical change. But yeah, it's mostly just stuff like that.
No, I'm not saying that. Jesus.
Hmm?
I can see why you have a fan club. You got some people in the office saying that you look hot like that. Good Christ. You know you can interview them yourself, right? Exactly. Let me do my job. You do yours. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, God.
Cruci asks again, do you think because of your newly found powers, you're going to end up having a cult following, like people proclaiming your name as savior or god? Huh.
Oh, boy.
That is a question.
I'd rather they didn't, but...
A religion based on the Guardian.
I mean, I wish, I really hope that doesn't happen, but given the past, like I said, how a lot of the legends started, I wouldn't put it past that happening, like, way down the line. Like, obviously not right now, but maybe sometime in the far future. I really hope it doesn't happen, but yeah. Like, I could see it, but I'd wish it didn't. And no one still start making cults, for the love of God. I wanted to deal with one.
It's probably gonna happen.
Please don't.
You seem to have a lot of people that favor you.
Like that dickhead that stole my jacket. It's been 2 months, I'm still bitter, okay?
Lord Meme, this is random, but you know, we'll entertain it. Favorite snack you'd want to eat during the apocalypse, sorry. Radiation?
Radiation?
Joking.
If I had to pick anything, I guess anything like either related to chocolate or meat, one of the two. Don't mix the two together. But yeah, something along those lines. Either something with meat or something with chocolate in it.
That sounds nice. I mean, the meat seems viable, but yeah.
I'm a sucker for chocolate. Okay, that shit's my weakness.
That's actually wow. I was actually gonna have a little fun question to ask. It would be like, what's your favorite? Like, I would say candy or sweet. You already answered it.
Yeah.
All right. Not gonna entertain Lord Memes, but I'll let you do your little spin-off joke for this one. How do you look like shirtless? The people want to know how Guardian looks like shirtless.
No. We're not doing that. I mean...
What? No. You know what? You're gonna pay me if I ask him this. $50? Okay. Someone in the office wants to know if you can take off your jacket.
I mean, I guess. Like, there you go. I guess that's the most I'm doing.
I did not think you'd had this much of a fan club that it poured into my own office space, but hey, here we are.
It's hot in the apartment anyway, so it's like, why not? Oh god, but yeah, there you go. Did you get $50 out of that?
Easiest $50 of my life.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I will raise the price more if you ask me for anything else. Exactly.
I will not do anything else.
I already avoided one of them asking if you could show us the forms because I'm pretty sure it's going to put a toll on your body. So I avoided that.
I can do one probably.
Your dreams coming true, Stacy.
Here, hang on. Okay. The most I can do though is just it's gonna be very limited, so it's probably just gonna be a hair change, and that's kind of it. Not going all out because I kind of don't want people, finding out I'm here. So
that is true. Lord Meme, he is not a stripper or a prostitute.
They're happy.
Are you happy now, chat? Are you happy now? Yes, we have a Stacy at the office. Weird question, but all right.
Oh God! All right.
Guys, this is a stream about Rex. Can we switch it away from my coworkers for the love of God?
Oh God! You should not have said someone in that office is Stacy.
I don't get paid enough for this shit.
I don't get paid.
Pretty sure Marcus pays you from doing the streaming thing. What's the platform?
Marcus is
what's
a
the platform? Twitch
gremlin.
again?
You kidding me? Marcus would put a dragon to shame. You shitting me? He dropped $1 and almost broke someone's hand over it.
My God.
Oh God.
You don't get paid from Satang.
I don't get paid for resistance work. This has been a completely freelance thing.
I'm pretty sure he does that out of kind of the fucking Christ. I'm too tired. Out of the kindness of his heart.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what this is.
I mean, I would put in a little change. Just saying. If I had to make sure the city didn't go into fucking crumbles, I want a little fucking cash after it.
Get done saving the city. Alright, that will be $23.65 or some shit. Like a pizza delivery service. Oh God.
Cruci did not just pin. Okay. I regret ever talking about my coworker. Never again.
Never again. Oh man.
Call it charity work. It might as well be charity work.
There's a joke I could make there.
Are you allowed to say it, or is anybody in that room gonna smack you for saying it?
No, I think we're good. See, can't really call it charity work because we actually do the job we said we're gonna do. Oh God.
See, having Rex around makes sure is that I still have a job, even though I hate it. I need money.
I need money.
So I thank this man for being alive. But at the same time, if I had his powers, I want some compensation for nearly dying protecting this goddamn city.
I think, yeah, I could make a list of times I've almost died doing this job. Oh God.
Now let's go back to the fun questions. What games do you like to play?
I'll really give most things a try at least once. Not really a fan of shooters. I like platformers and horror mostly. Those are like the two I really like. The horror though, horror I think I've done more often, mostly because people watch me freak the hell out. I've almost punched my computer once before out of fear, much to Mordecai's dismay. Yeah, that was...
Yeah.
I also hit a pillar once playing a VR game. That was fun. Like that wasn't even a joke. That actually really hurt.
I see the horror streams do well. I mean, I watched like the VOD of when you played a game called like the Backrooms with you and your demon friend and Blazy.
Oh, you mean when the game that broke like twice?
Yeah, I heard you guys went through hell.
Yeah, first game we couldn't even get the third person in, and the second game we kind of fucked up. We didn't realize the ending was really right there, and we decided, hey, it's a different room. It's totally a save progress room, right? It was not a safe progress room. It was not a safe progress room. And even though we knew what we were doing, it still took us 3 hours.
I heard that game gave you straight nothing but hell.
Mm-hmm. And there's multiple endings.
Yeah, would you guys ever be down to do those endings, or did you finish them on stream?
We didn't finish them on stream. After we finished the game, realized the ending was right there, got super annoyed, and then I went looking to see what we missed. There's an entire other subsection of the game we missed. And I would say maybe if there was enough people wanting to just see us go for the alternative, but not anytime soon. Oh, hell no. No. Hell no. Absolutely the fuck not.
Yeah, I heard Blazy was not okay after that stream.
I think he almost broke something. I genuinely I think he almost did break something.
From Cruzy, what? Mr. Okay, reading out his question like this. Mr. Guardian, have you ever witnessed one of your friends injure themselves in public attempting a feat of strength? Perhaps a punching bag? What is this question?
Oh, no, I know what he means. Yeah, a few times. He's one of them.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
what have you done?
We, so, we were hanging out. We went to, it was like this arcade stuff, place. It's like a VR arcade sort of place. Went there to go hang out. And there was a machine there that, you know, the bag comes down and you punch it and it measures how hard you punched it. And it just gives you a score based on how hard you hit it. We went to go do it, and I punch it, and it was his turn next. So he walks up, and he freaking pulls it back, like leans back as far as he can, and full sends this punch. And then he missed. Hit the metal bar the bag is attached to, and then fell into the machine. Like, he his hand wasn't okay for a little while. We spent about, like, what was it, like 10 minutes with your hand in like ice water because like it just was stinging so bad from the hit.
Oh my god.
It was pretty funny. I mean, I felt bad, but at the same time, I couldn't stop laughing. It's one of those times where we're like, on one hand, it's like, I should probably check on my friend. On the other, I can't breathe. Oh my god. But yeah, I've seen you do that. I know what you're referencing. Yeah, he thought he broke it.
Also, hi, Psychotic. Welcome
Psychotic.
to Late Stream.
Good, Psychotic. Oh, the shit was funny. I wasn't even laughing. Yeah. There were like 5 drunk guys there too that were like actually concerned about it too. It's genuinely really, really funny.
What's another fun one I could say? Oh yeah. Wait, no, I lost it. Wait, no, it's coming back. Oh wait, yeah. There's a little fun one, a little personal fun one.
Okay.
What type of animes do you watch, and what type of animes do you like?
I don't really have a specific genre I like per se. Like I like just as long as it's written good and animated good, I like it.
I heard SAO was good. The silence, is that false information?
I'm not getting into this. But as far as like actual like specifics, My Hero's pretty good. I like that one. Let's see. Essentially Classroom was really good. That was, I think, one of the first ones I actually watched all the way through. I actually, when I was a kid, Pokemon was another big one. Ash was a savage back in the day. Oh my god. Yeah, stuff like that. Demon Slayer is pretty good. Freaking love the pig guy. I freaking love him. Inosuke, I think is how you say his name. I fucking love him. I fucking love him. He's so good. But yeah, generally, those are the ones I've either been watching currently or watched recently. Some anime movies, I can't really remember some off the top of my head, but I know I've watched a few of the good ones of those. As far as genre goes, it doesn't really matter to me what the genre is, as long as it's, you know, made good. And I'm not saying they're questioning things like, who's the depraved motherfucker who wrote the script? Because this shit's fucked. There's so many I got tricked into watching that have that, and I can't say their names are getting age restricted.
Lord Meme said, I feel like Rex likes the really cutesy animes with over-the-top love arcs.
Truth be told, I've never really watched many animes with that sort of thing. Like, there's stuff like that where it's like a subplot, like My Hero, but other than that, I don't really watch many romance ones.
Good. Stay away from that depression.
I think someone got me to watch one time, but it was one that was like supposed to be shit. I'm never getting those. I'm never getting those 3 hours back.
All right, we have a question from Crucy again, which has a long history of asking the weirdest questions. I would like to know if the length of your arms has anything to do with your speed.
We're not doing this one. Nope.
Wait, what? What was wrong?
That's an insight. That's a joke that this motherfucker, that motherfucker right there in chat made. We're not doing this bit. Oh my god.
Weird, but okay.
It's a joke from a game from years ago that Mr. DJ refuses to let go of because he's fucking. God, it's been 5 years, buddy. Oh god damn it.
I have another fun question from an anonymous one. What's your take on the Sonic games from back then to now? Like, how do you think they're doing?
Like, how I feel about the games from start to finish, or?
Pretty much, yeah.
I wasn't around for when they first started. I picked up the classic games because I actually wound up, finding a Genesis that still worked. Fucking, yeah, given the status of the world, that's surprising. But I came about it later. I played the old school games. I liked them. I'm gonna be honest, the first game was definitely, I can see why people say it's the worst objectively, but that's understandable given the fact it is the first one. Not saying it's bad for a game back then, but I can see as far as like the classics go, it's one of the worst ones. Just again, that's not saying it's bad, it's just the first is typically the one that, is gonna be the best. The classes in general are really good. 1, 2, 3, and K. I'm torn between saying 2 or 3 and K are my favorites. I'm generally torn on that. As far as going on after that, I am of the opinion that for the most part, they're good games. I think people just overreact because of the franchise's stigma from like that midsection, the Dark Ages, people like to call it, like where like 06, Shadow, and all that stuff happened. Boom.
Yeah.
But
Boom.
I think most people are more harsh on it just because of what the franchise's namesake is, rather than actually giving it a chance. Because in my opinion, there are more good that outweigh the bad. It's just I think it's the fact of like the bad is so bad that like the best way to describe it is like, you know, like how like Mario's had some pretty bad games before, but they're not terrible. Like they're meh at worst.
Mm-hmm.
When Sonic gets it right, he gets it right. When he gets it wrong, oh my god, he gets it so wrong. It's so bad when they misstep. So I think that has something to do with it. But overall, like I think the franchise is doing just fine. Ultimately, like most of the games are good. It's just people like, you know, people fall in their own ways. Like a lot of people like the classics and say all the modern stuff is shit and vice versa. It really just comes down to, I guess, opinion, like what your preferences are. But if you're open-minded and just want to give them a try, I think they're all worth something, good or bad. And like I said, I think overall the franchise is genuinely good, but it's had some hiccups. But what franchise hasn't? Looking at Metroid and Mega Man. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. Like seriously, if you're one of the people that only really has never really given it a chance because of the stigma, I seriously recommend looking at what people see as the good games and giving those a shot. I mean, I also gotta respect it for the fact of like, Sega was basically the one that dethroned Nintendo's monopoly for a while because of Sonic. So it's like, I gotta give respect where credit's due. He dethroned the plumber for a while, so you gotta give respect. But yeah, that's my take on it. It's a good franchise. When they get it right, they get it really right. When they get it wrong, oh god, do they fall hard.
All right.
Yeah.
See, my personal favorites are Forces and 06. All right, on to the next question. From Lord Meme, do you think you will face an opponent or a machine that is unlike any other, one that can match you in every way, and if so, how would you best it?
We've that's already a thing that's happened. That's been a thing for a while. Yeah. Freaking Alexandria got a new toy, and well, more or less, she made a new toy. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that thing.
Can you elaborate what this thing is?
It has a name, and I'm not even gonna bother with respecting enough to call it by its name. I just call him Buckethead. So this freaking thing it's a goddamn nightmare is what it is. We don't know how the hell they made it, but it's better if I just show you. Hang on. We have an artist that drew up something for that. Okay, let me go try to find it. So we have 2 renditions of it. Let me see if I can find
Satangle, what the fuck? Anyways, continue on.
Oh boy. Anyway, so this is one of the artist representations we have of this thing. And I despise this thing with every fiber of my body. This thing is not a laughing matter. That thing is the most terrifying thing on the planet right now.
Jesus.
Like, let me put you in context. That thing can basically match everything I am. Like, I've never been able to be ahead of it.
Should we be worried?
I would hope not. As far as I'm far as I know, they were smart enough to at least only make one of them, so they only really turn loose one at a time rather than making an army of them, which smart, I guess. Like, it's weird. Like, it's hard to describe it because it's a robot, but it almost seems like it's alive. Like, it's scarily, like, close to being a living thing.
I see.
Like I said, no matter what we've done, it's always been able to keep up. Every time we find a weakness of the last version, it comes back, without that weakness, and it comes back stronger based on what happened before. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous.
That is, that's worrying for us at the office, but I think you'll be able to protect us, hopefully. If not, during your fighting, can you destroy this office building so I don't have to work here anymore?
Oh god, maybe if there is maybe some collateral.
This is a cry for help. Please get rid of this damn building. The city does not need this.
The city does not need this. Oh man.
All right. Oh, hello, Lux Bloom in the chat. This is the other part of your watch list group friends.
Yes.
Let's see. I missed a question. Crucy asks, do you ever plan on undertaking more operations and missions like Code Vein?
If the need calls for it, yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Never really heard of Code Vein.
It was a weird time. We got sent out on some weird shit during all that. But yeah,
Jesus.
if the need calls for it, then yeah, we'll probably take up another operation like that. Oh man. Invited or not, I am here. Oh man.
Okay. He didn't even bother putting anonymous on this one, but Blazy asks, what the hell is wrong with him on Tower Fantasy? Can he please explain what is going on in his brain when he plays that? I don't know why he sent this. Listen, you don't have to answer this. For the love of God, he keeps sending these shits. It's getting annoying.
Can you repeat the question?
Why? What the hell is going on with his brain when playing Tower Fantasy? And can he please explain?
No thoughts, head empty. Only beat the shit out of things like that. That's kind of it.
He is not going to be happy because of this. How have we not stopped him from sending in questions? He's sending more meme ones than that Cruci person in chat.
Don't challenge Cruci. Oh man. Tell me, damn it.
Oh, yeah, there he goes in chat. Good lord.
It's no thoughts, head empty, only violence. Oh, good.
Yeah. There is another question I have, but it escaped my mind. Remember, chat, by the way, you guys can also send in questions. Just a little reminder. Oh my god. What's another one? I'm trying to see. Nope, that's already answered that one. Nope, that one too. We know you like violence. Blazy has constantly said that you like violence.
I'm also aware. Do you like violence? No. Okay, well, against robots, yeah. Against people, no, I don't.
A lot of people have asked this, so I'll ask it too. A lot of people have come up with this thing called robot genocide. You want to elaborate what that was?
Robot genocide?
Because it seems like your past history, you hate robots a lot.
I don't hate all robots. I just hate specific ones.
So you're a specific robotist.
I mean,
I did not expect you to actually think on this one.
I don't know. Look, I just hate them. Okay. Seriously, robots could fucking bite me. Not all of them. Like, people with cybernetics are fine, but like full-blown robots, yeah.
Sounds like more of like a fear than more like you hate them, so you immediately lash out on them.
See, the difference is, though, it's like, I can get away with beating up a robot. It's a robot. Like, it's not a living thing.
Robots are people, too. Robots are robots. You know what would happen if you met a robot that was actually pleading for its life, not to get destroyed?
I would have several questions.
Okay, fair enough. All right, at least you wouldn't full blown just execute it, even though it's pleading for life.
I mean, if it shows that it's sapient, then yeah, I'd have questions. Like, if it was actually peaceful, then yeah, no, I'd leave it alone. But I'm talking like the mass-produced like combat drones and stuff like that. No, they fuck them. There's no thoughts in there.
I'm gonna ignore what Cruci asks before Lord Memes. So we're going to Lord Memes. He asks, have you heard of warnings of trains with long spindly legs causing havoc with oddly non-threatening names?
Wait, isn't that what we're dealing with tomorrow?
I think Lord Meme just said what you guys are doing.
Yeah, Mordecai is sitting there kind of going, he doesn't know. We only got told that was a giant, like, thing. We never got specifications. The fuck do you mean a giant spindly leg train? What? That's a thing? Is that a thing?
I mean, it's not really far-fetched living in this damn city, so it's not that far-fetched. That can be made.
I'm afraid.
You can probably take care of it. You can take care of it for us. Listen, we live here. You are the big man. You handle all the big problems, correct?
I mean, okay. Yeah, but even if you have powers, you gotta admit, hearing Spider Train does not really bode well.
You know what? That's fair.
There's something wrong there.
Does the IRS still exist in this world?
The hell is the IRS?
What is the what's the IRS? What?
The fuck is that?
Lux Bloom asks, what are taxes?
The tax man?
What are taxes?
We don't really have that.
Yeah, these are things we don't have. Guys, what are you asking in the chat?
I still wonder, what the fuck is the IRS?
I don't know what the IRS did. We don't know. What? Listen, we live here.
No? We don't have taxes. I don't understand how that's hard to figure out.
We don't have taxes, and we don't know what the IRS is. So this question is irrelevant because we don't know what that is.
They are the international public situation. What the fuck is Switzerland?
What? You guys keep saying all these random words, and we have no idea what the hell they are.
I know some stuff about, like, the old fucking world, but I don't know what the hell Switzerland is.
Jesus.
What year is it? Friggin'... It's 2322.
I'm so confused on why they're asking us this.
I'm lost on what the hell Switzerland is. I'm still on this. You guys know what France is? Yeah, I know what France is.
I kind of hate France, but that's just a me thing.
Yeah, they're kind of knocking about with Britain right now. Still, like they're still kind of around, but they kind of went with Britain. So yeah, they're still around. We know what France is. They're still kind of a thing.
So Tang says, you want to know what taxes are? It's just the government taking some of everyone's money. Yeah, that sucks. Glad we don't have to deal with that.
I'm surprised the regime doesn't do that. Oh shit, they
Thank
take. I'm
God.
surprised that's not one of them.
Listen, I'd not be living well.
Oh god. What are your opinions on 23? We had an election. There wasn't we don't have those.
Guys, you keep giving us questions, and they don't exist. Remember, we both live here, and you know it's kind of.
Chad just went kind of ape shit there for a minute. Holy shit.
Lux Bloom in chat asks, do you know what parents are? That word still confuses me.
I mean, yeah, I know what they are, but I don't have any.
Huh. I mean, personally, my mom was the greatest. My dad, he was off and on. We don't talk about him, but it wasn't that bad.
Fair enough.
Makes sense why I landed my job as an interviewer, but it doesn't matter.
See, I just didn't even. I don't even know who mine were. No one. Am I the only one with pay? Probably.
You know what? That's actually really weird coming for you, Blazy, the amount of shit that you send this goddamn office. Jesus Christ. Yes, I'm calling you out, Blazy. You're fucking annoying. Leave the office alone.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Fuck you, I have my right.
I don't know about that one, Blazy.
Wait, we have rights in this society? What's up with the regime? Did we actually have like actual? Okay,
Exactly.
bruh. Oh, God.
Chat is amazing right now, huh? This interview's going great.
Yeah. It's fantastic. All right. Oh, God.
God?
What about God?
Yeah, what about him?
It's a question about religion or some shit? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, we have religion over here.
Yeah.
Aren't you a demon? Lux, yeah, Lux in the chat, aren't you a demon? Has been shanked.
Has been shanked. Oh, God.
What does birth mean? Okay, we know you were literally spawned out of hell. I think. Listen, I've done some digging on your whole little watch list group. You guys are a weird bunch, especially the Guardian. Even though he protects us in this damn city, you guys are all a weird bunch. Shit you guys do is very concerning. Hence your name being the watch list.
Whatever you do, do not leak the group chats.
We can't get access to that, and now that you said that, I hope to God we don't.
Good. Don't. Oh, God.
So chat, any questions?
Yeah.
A lot of them have been ones that we can't answer because we have no idea what the fuck they are.
Yeah.
Mostly the Guardian. These are questions for the Guardian, but there's questions towards where we live.
Yeah. I guess you can ask anything. I don't mind.
Then yeah, my God is my parent. Then
Oh, here we
wait,
go.
you're a demon, but you're what?
I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Oh, there's a question for Carusi that actually might be interesting.
If a sentient AI exists, does it deserve the same rights as you or I?
Okay, so kind of a touchy subject here. I'm gonna say if it's able to, if it has humanity to it, then yeah, I'd say that it should be given the same rights, but like it should be held in the same standard as an actual living thing. Because if it's sentient and it shows, what makes a person, I think it should be treated like that. But if it's just a mindless drone just going about its orders, then no. But if it shows that it's capable of, if it's close to being like a person without being a person, then yeah, I'd say so. I think there's been some bots that are walking around that have been like that. Granted, the one I know about's, an asshole, but that's beside the point. Oh, man. But yeah, that's normally how it works here. Is like, if it's seen as a living thing, it's given that, but what really rights do we have in this freaking regime, really?
Pretty much.
Hey.
Lord, demons can be gods. No need to be goddess. Listen, I'm a interviewer named fucking Clayton. I don't know what the fuck's going on with religion. Can we drop this shit? Good God.
Cruci has a follow-up for that one.
Though a robot would have no comprehension of humanity, if self-determination would be motionless but still alive, just as you and I, would that still deserve existence?
If self-determination would be motionless but still alive. Again, like I said before, if it shows signs that it has like that, even if it can't comprehend it, if it shows signs that it is close to being a living thing, then yeah, I'd say so, especially if that AI can't be duplicated. Like, if we can't just, like if, like you told, like it's destroyed, you can't just like make another one of it, I think that would count as well. It really just depends. Yeah.
That was a real deep thought question.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good one.
Cruci's turning it around.
Oh, God. That was a pretty good one.
Satang, hearing it from the Guardian, I think you should stop your search for the watch list's archives. It does not sound pretty in there.
Oh, we got two questions here.
Oh, Jesus. From Cruci, should it not be allowed to replicate then?
Okay, that one's a bit more difficult.
Oof.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to answer that one. Because like on one hand, if it does replicate itself, like quote unquote children, there's a chance it could wind up like, like how people wind up, how there's good and bad people. It could wind up in that situation. And that's even worse when it's a freaking robot. So I don't really know. I guess it's just up to your interpretation of what you think would be right from wrong. Because I don't really know. I've never really been encountered a problem like that.
That's Jesus. Now on to Lord Meme's question. What if you're like a rebel group? What's up with the hygiene like for you lot? Like you guys got working showers in that, like soap?
Yes, we have basic hygiene. It's not like we're running around like going months without a shower. No, we have our own plumbing and shit like that.
Guys, I know the Guardian's a gamer, but come on.
I don't smell like a Reddit hangout, okay? Yes, we still have Reddit, unfortunately. It's a lot more empty now. Come to think of it, it's a lot more empty. There's a lot of boards that I heard about existing, but haven't found them. To be honest, I'm kind of glad they're gone. There were many things that were on that site before. Never going down that rabbit hole again. Oh god.
Kersey, I feel like this is the plot to Detroit Become Human.
I was gonna say iRobot.
That too, at the same time, but like, what the fuck?
God, that's a movie I haven't seen in a long time, iRobot. Yeah, ironic. I like a movie about robots. Ironic, I know.
Seems robotist. But anyway. Hello, Var. Welcome to the chat. I'm interviewing the Guardian here as he is making his day.
Hello.
Hello. Stench so strong the robots melt from the vapor. Holy you guys know about iRobot on Switzerland. We don't know what that is.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That doesn't exist. We live in this city, and we have what you guys mentioned, France. We have that. We have Britain. Switzerland does not exist. Where we are, Switzerland does not exist. Probably in some alternate dimension or alternate world, yes, but it doesn't exist here, whatever the fuck that is.
Very good. Also, hi, Vara.
Holy Jesus, Kersey. So because it would, Kersey says, so because it would, fuck, getting tired. So because it is a robot and it would have the ability to become morally evil by our definitions, they shouldn't be allowed to replicate. Wouldn't that be the same as what the regime's doing? Controlling and populace and forcing a life and ideology onto them?
It's not exactly the same thing. See, like I said, a robot should be allowed to do what it wants based on if it has humanity in it. Good or bad, like that's up to its choice. But I'm saying more just to protect people. And in the case, especially if like it can be duplicated, like if the AI can be duplicated. Like a human being you can't duplicate. You can't make the same person twice. I know the argument's going to be like, oh, but you can clone somebody, but a clone isn't the same as the original. It will never be the original. Like if someone were to die today and you wanted to make a clone of them and it was the exact same on a genetic level, they wouldn't be the same person. Like they'd be someone totally different. So that's where my stance on it lies, is if it's something that shows humanity and it's something that would be lost if something were to happen to it, I think it should be seen as human and be given the same liberties and rights as any other living thing. But then there's the case of like, if it can replicate, there's the whole fact of, you know, the good and bad thing and all that stuff. Like what the regime's doing is trying to control everything. They want to control everything. Which is why the planet's all fucked up. Seriously, one of them tried controlling nature once. It didn't go well.
Thank God I'm letting the Guardian answer these, because as a interviewer with little to no experience in these regime politics, fuck it. I have no say.
Yeah. Like, my whole thing is that any living thing should be allowed to choose what it wants, like, what its life should be. But at the same time, you're not free of what the consequences bring from that. And you shouldn't, you know, remove that right from another living thing. Like, freedom of choice is for everybody. So if you do something to try to take that right away from somebody else or something else, that's really fucked up. So, like, in the robot case, like, yeah, it should be allowed to be given the freedom of choice of what it wants to do. But at the same time, it shouldn't be free from persecution just like any other person would be.
From Vara has a question. If an artificial intelligence, if artificial intelligence gains a consciousness and thinks for itself, then it cannot be replicated because reasons ain't too short to elaborate upon. Never mind, I read it too slow as the question, but now I realize which word I'm speaking. But fair enough, Vara.
Yeah, but as far as that's concerned, that's how I feel on it.
Lord Meme has a question. The first part of it is very funny, but the rest part of it is genuine. So we already know Rex is a robotist. What's his opinion on other species like aliens, demons, etc.?
That
is true because your friend Blazy is black and he also is literally element of fire.
Don't really have an opinion on anything else. I go by individuals. I don't really have an opinion based on, species or what the person is. I go by the individual. Like, I've never met an alien, so that'd be dope as hell though, but I've never met an alien. Demons, I only really met one, so like, she's pretty cool, but like I said, I go by, like, I don't judge based on what they belong to, because that's something that you can't really control. Like, how you're born is something out of your control, but I judge based on the individual's choices. So, like, if you make bad choices, I'm going to judge you for making bad choices or doing bad things, and vice versa. If you've done good shit, I'm not going to hold it like in the demon situation. Like, if one demon does me dirty, I'm not going to be like, oh, all demons are bad. No, or like the alien thing, all aliens are evil, therefore, like, this one alien did me dirty, therefore all aliens are bad. Like, I don't think like that. Like, it's just like, what did the individual do and how are they as a person? That's all I'm worried about.
Okay, GJ is the alien, sis. Alright, aliases.
Oh god.
Glad to know. Glad to know.
Oh boy.
That's honestly a good take.
Yeah, like, you shouldn't judge someone based on where they, like, things out of their control. Judge them based on who they are.
To hear that. A lot of people need to hear that.
Yeah.
As sad enough as it is.
Yeah.
Any other questions, chat?
I think we're gonna start wrapping up here soon. So if you guys got any more questions, feel free.
Fire them away.
Yeah.
It's xenophobic, not aliens.
Good lord.
It works.
Yeah. Oh boy. How much of the world is controlled by the regime? Oh god, a percent value?
There's a percentage?
There's a percent. Yeah, there's a percentage?
There's a percentage? This place sucks most of the time.
It's... I'm not sure how to give it exact value because I'm not really like a topographer or anything. I don't make maps and shit, so I couldn't give you an exact number, but it's nearly everything. Like, outside of small pockets, it's everything. Like I said, a few places are neutral, a few places are with us, but it's small pockets in comparison to the overall amount. So yeah, I can't really give an estimate on that, but it's pretty much most of, like, if I had to just take a random shot in the dark, like 99%.
Jesus.
Yeah, they fucking own pretty much everything. Yeah, give or take.
Honest answer coming from the Guardian.
Yeah. We're working on it, but it's slow.
What the hell, Blazy?
Huh?
Blazy said, what do you think of Shaggy might be casted as William Afton? Is that a thing?
That's a thing? Wait. Wait.
Is that a thing?
Wait. No, what?
Do I need to look this up? Is that a thing?
If that's a thing, I'm gonna be laughing my ass off all day. Holy shit. Oh god, it is. Okay. That's beautiful. Bro, I don't... If he does a good job, he does a good job, but oh god, that's gonna be hard to not hear. Be expecting a fucking Great Dane to come barreling on set. Will. Oh god.
That is insane.
I want this movie.
Zoinks.
I want this movie now.
Oh my god.
That is horrid. That is horrid.
I did not know
love
that.
It. It's worse than cocaine. That's a worse idea than Cocaine Bear. I still want to see it though.
I still want to see it.
Oh god.
Again, no, we don't know. We don't have Switzerland. We don't know what that is. But yes, we do know what FNAF is. Mm-hmm. We have the internet. We have access to the internet.
Yeah, video games exist.
We have access to that. Mm-hmm. Though we wish some weren't made at forces.
Oh god. Cough cough, mighty number 9. It's better than nothing. Oh god. It's 300 years late, makes like, yeah, honestly, yeah. from I mean, like,
they are working, they're gonna start filming what, next year, February, January, like late January, February. So it took long enough, but we're here.
Oh good.
Can't wait. Oh my god, Cruzy coming out with a baller length of a question. What is your opinion on the recent developments in fusion technology? I've heard reports of regime scientists being able to recreate the power and heat of the sun by blasting a barrel of hydrogen gas with a laser.
I'm gonna need to look into that.
You might need to look into that. I'd rather not die.
Mordecai's already tapping away the fucking computer. I see you over there, yeah. I know he's already looking into it.
I'd rather not die, please. That'd be great. Do you have Half-Life 3?
No, that still didn't happen.
Yeah, no, that has not happened. We all wish, but I think we've given up on it now.
If it makes you feel any better, we have TF2 still. That's still kicking.
Surprisingly. But hey, yeah.
Still waiting for that one update, though. Still waiting for it.
Fuck.
Fuck. You guys have Warrior Cats? Are you talking about the book series? I found a couple when I've gone looking around. Elder Scrolls 6. No, it's still in development. Still being worked on.
It's still in development. Sonic, what the fuck is that?
The fuck is a Sonichu?
Oh, that's actually a good question, Blazy. Holy shit, you're actually being competent for once. What type of people live in your world? Well, I'm one of your average dudes, so yeah.
Like what? Okay, like what do you mean by that? Like, do you mean like where people come from, like how people are, like what exactly do you mean? Like that can be taken a few different ways. I mean, if you're asking like nationality wise, we don't really do nationalities anymore. That's like the UFN, they really only refer to themselves as like one of the old countries, just because it's more like a symbol of pride than anything. But because the world's under one banner, so that doesn't really apply anymore. So yeah, we don't really do that anymore. Also, there's demi-humans. Demi-human, like what do you mean by demi-human?
Oh god, I know what the fuck he's talking about. He's asking if there's like hybrids of like human mixed with like talking fucking animals. Are you a furry, Blazy? The hell is this leading to?
Okay.
He's acting just like cat people or fucking like things like that. What the hell, Blazy?
Okay, I can answer this one. So, okay. There are cybernet, like I said, there are people with cybernetic enhancements. Most of those live in Cyber City. They are around other places, but most of them are in Cyber City because that's basically the technological capital of the freaking world. There are people that are genetically modified, not to the degree I think you're thinking, but there are people with like genetic enhancements that look a bit different. But other than that, there's not like, you know, like someone that was walking around looking like freaking like a freaking like anthropomorphic fox, if that's what you mean.
Probably that's what he means.
Yeah, there's nothing like that. But yeah, there are people with biological changes. Mostly people that are really wealthy that'll do that. That's like you need a lot of money. It's very experimental still.
God. I kind of want to try it, but it'll put a dent in my pocket, and then I have life regrets. Kind of like a tattoo. So, I'm good.
Yeah,
or
a
a child.
At least with a tattoo, you can get rid of it.
Okay, yeah, well, I mean, true.
You do that, you're not getting rid of it. That becomes a part of your body.
If I cut it up, that's just demented. Never mind.
So say what? Like, I got sick of these cat ears. Just takes out like a freaking machete.
Slices them off. If there's anybody in Cyber City that has done that, I regret to inform you that you should not listen to this interview.
They cut their ears. They cut their ears off. They're not even gonna be able to hear this.
Exactly. So Elon Musk hasn't made genetically mated cat women. Lazy. I think there's a. Listen, man. If you just say you like cat women, that's all you gotta say.
Anyway, Beam's got a question.
What is your opinion on people who trade their flesh for cybernetic enhancements?
If you're doing it for like the cosmetic side, like you don't really need it, you just want to do it, to each their own. You wanted it, that's fine, whatever. They do have some benefits, like just in general, like cybernetics do give benefits. I personally wouldn't do it, just like unless I had to, but to each their own if it's your choice. But for the most part, a lot of people that get them, they're for like medical reasons. Like people that are blind will typically, like if their family can afford it, because these are very expensive. Like their family will buy like basically cybernetic eyes for them, so they can basically see. People with like heart defects will have artificial parts put on their heart to make it run at a better capacity, so on and so forth. So most of the people that have it, it's normally medical. But as far as like people that just do it because they want like an upgrade, or like they just like it, like it's just like an aesthetic thing for them or whatever, to each their own. I personally wouldn't do it, but I don't really judge people for it on the cosmetic scale, and I 100% don't judge people for it for a medical reason. That's just something you can't control, especially if it's that bad where you need that sort of thing. Saved a lot of lives, so I'm not really opposed to it.
Yeah, Stacy, she fucking got just a fucking like a cybernetic eye for the fuck of it, and I'm like, what was the purpose? No reason. Now she's almost broke.
Is it the one that just changes color and that's it?
Yes.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, yep. My exact reaction.
Yeah, but yeah, it's to each their own. Like, again, I don't really see a need for me to do it, but if you want to do it, that's your choice, whatever. But yeah, the medical thing I can 100% get behind, because again, that's something out of your control, and if you need that to live. Zero judgment.
Lord me, oh my god. Rex is a robot cis, xenophobic, cyborg.
What the hell?
that person is. What is it, Rex, at this point?
What the fuck, bro?
Now you're just slapping on labels.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Are you labeling? Are you labeling Rex now? That's not cool. You can't do that. Especially when he's a guardian. Oh my god.
I feel like I'm on Twitter. Oh god.
I think that might be all the questions we have for today. Unless anybody else want to throw some out into the woodworks.
Yeah, we'll give it a few more minutes. If anyone else has any questions they want to ask at the end here, go ahead and put it in. Otherwise, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up.
I'm going to take a quick piss break. I'll be right back. So, for the love of God, chat, be civil and ask some good questions for the Guardian here.
Oh god. I have a label maker for a reason. Oh god. It's cool. Chaos. Good lord, man. Just, are you guys like doing Warhammers? Like, what's going on over there? So I love this fucking background music. I'm sorry, this background music's fucking amazing. Oh, look. Ayla, Nurgslot, in that Chaos Herd. I have tea plants with them. Oh, God. Yeah, before I get murdered by an oncoming storm, a man here in a suit with purple eyes and silver hair demands to know if he's in fact canon or not. Eh. I mean, it sounds familiar, but why are you asking about a canon? It's a small vent. We have a vent goblin, yeah. Actually, I don't know where he is. I don't even have no idea where he is. It worries me. He's been in the vents for like a week. I don't know where he is. Oh god. But why are you asking about a cannon? Like the description sounds familiar, but why are you asking about like an actual cannon? Like, do I look like a pirate? So the goblins, I hate you. Meme, I hate you. Oh god. Yes. Yes. I look like a space. How do I look like a space pirate? Oh god. Just missing a couple scars. Bruh! How do I look like a space pirate? What the fuck? It's the random strap that does it. Ah, fair enough. And the guy goes, alright, that... yeah, okay, fair enough. Not to mention the jacket also helps that sort of look as well. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Thanks, meme. Thank you. Okay. Oh, god damn it. Like, every pirate has a badass jacket. Okay, fair. Whoops. There we go. I mean, fair enough. The door behind me is still broken. Good Lord. We have yet to fix that fucking door. Anyway, while we're waiting, is there any more questions that anyone has before we wrap up here? It's probably gonna wrap up once he gets back.
Hello, everyone.
Man, no, he just slipped away, so it's over. Oh god. Anyway, yeah, I think that's about it, unless you have anything else you want to ask.
I think I've gotten all I've gotten for today. I just can't wait to see what more you put out.
Well, hopefully it lives up to the hype.
You may be protecting this goddamn city, but Lord, do you put out some good shit.
Fair enough. Oh, man. That's a pretty... Alright, we're ending on that one, bro. You did not have to do... He showed... Bro, you showed a picture of me and your grandma, and she said that, brother.
Is this the part of the stream where you break law?
Brother, no, that... Oh my god, that's fucking funny. Alright. Alright, well, thank you guys for stopping by. Let's go ahead and rate somebody here. Let's see.
Find somebody to read.
Yeah.
Thank everybody for joining in. I hope you had all your questions answered, even some of the stupidity ones. But hey, I can't really stop cursing to Tang and Blazy. But yeah, it was great interviewing you, Mr. Guardian.
Good having you here. All right.
Keep on protecting this damn city for the love of God. I don't want to die.
All right. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and rate a friend of mine. They do some pretty good work. Go show them some love, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for apparently fighting a spider train or some shit. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.